It's your middle-aged man with borderline personality disorder here again. One thing that's one of the main reasons why I finally started my journey with the diagnosis of my condition was, of course, like many others, severe problems in my love life, my relationship capabilities. It's quite a fundamental fact of a borderline personality disorder that you struggle. You struggle a lot with emotions, and if there's one place where there often is emotional issues, it is in a relationship. So, with that in mind, and no longer being in one, the idea and thought of going out on dating, the dating scene again, is of course present. I mean, I am a person who likes being in a relationship. I enjoy it, the comfort and the pleasures of having a girlfriend that's there for you and in all kinds of ways. It's important for me, and of course it haunts me in the background that I know that I'm probably always a person that will face some struggles and issues with this, no matter what person I meet. The main difference being now that I just last year found out what my problem was and got my official stamp on it. And that is, of course, very nice for me to know, and I know it's been of great value for my ex as well. They finally understand what was wrong with me all the time. I mean, I'm friends with my exes, so we can talk about it. But yeah, it's no easy journey being in a relationship with someone who suffers from this. I mean, we're not dangerous, but we are very often mistrusting. We get quite clingy and sticky on your partner, and needy in many instances. We are often quite jealous of everything. We are, if you break our trust once, as I mentioned in an early video, that is very hard to regain that trust. I would argue impossible in most ways. It's just a matter of me as a borderline person, if I choose to accept this and continue, compartmentalize it and stuff it away for rainier days. That's just the way it is. But if I live in a relationship with someone and nothing happens that forces this on me, this jealousy, then things are generally good. And in an earlier relationship, the longest one I had, 14 years actually, the mother of my daughter, our relationship didn't have any jealousy in it. That was never the issue there. It was more other things with my depression and lack of motivation to do things in life and so on. That was the issue there. So, am I, as a borderline person, am I suitable to be in a relationship? I would argue that you can't simplify this. I know I've seen people comment people who've probably been really badly hurt by someone with borderline, that nope, stay away from them. They are trouble. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I think that regardless of any diagnosis, there are lots of people out there with troubles in their life that make them really bad or good in a relationship. I don't think it's this simple, that saying in a generalized way that nope, borderline people should stay away from relationships. Because I've noticed many times that I function best when I have a partner at my side that's supportive, that's strong, and everything like that, where I feel safe. I mean, sure, if you're alone and there's no one else around you that you can get hurt by, then that's good also. But yeah, I like having a partner around me talking to, and not just a friend. I like to have someone to snuggle up with, have a sex life with. I don't like one night stands and stuff like that. It's just stressful for me. I feel like I have to perform in all sorts of strange ways. I prefer the comforts of a loving girlfriend that you can explore the pleasures of sex life with, for sure. There's no way of hiding that fact. So yeah, I think that nope, for my own personal sake, the relationship can be extraordinarily good for me. Fantastic even. Some of my best times in life have been in a relationship. I've basically been in a relationship all my adult life, so only a couple of years in total single after 18. Most of the time I've been in a steady, strong relationship with difficulties, of course. Otherwise I wouldn't have broken up with them, or they with me rather. So yeah, nope, I disagree. I think that you can't make a generalization here. There are most certainly people out there with borderline personality disorder that most certainly should not be in a relationship, or at least, and here comes the really important part, they should be in a relationship with someone that really suits them. And yeah, I know that sounds like a corny, obvious thing about any relationship, but it is particularly important with someone that has borderline syndrome. You need someone that is supportive even when things are rough, and don't take offense when you are weak and emotional about things, who can handle it, who doesn't get triggered, things like that. And I know there are people out there. I mean, most of my relationships, I have only had 3 real ones in life. They lasted quite a long time. The first one was 2.5 years. I mean, that's not really long, but for being just shy of 20, I think it's okay. And then there's the second one that I was single like 6 months or something like that before we hooked up, and we lasted 14 years, the mother of my child. And after that, just without more than, like, I don't know, it was 6 months again, I think, of break. That relationship lasted 9 years. So I think I'm quite good at relationships. I've learned a lot. I mean, Jesus, I've learned a lot about many things, as most people have. we learn things through life, and we get better, and we can handle things, and so on. And the experience points I've gained with the last relationship, especially after the diagnosis, taught me that it taught me my identity in a new way. That what I thought was just some random strange thing about me, my inability, it actually had a label I could look into and understand more about myself through. That was really helpful. As I said in a previous video though, these labels aren't the whole truth, the whole thing, but yeah, they are important in some ways. You learn new things through them for sure. So, the version of me that walks around here now in this field full of stubble, that's the sound you hear of me walking on those from the freshly cut wheat. This person is in many ways a lot more attractive as a person than I was when I was in my 20s, because I wasn't probably very nice, and I didn't bother considering the fact that there could be something wrong with me. I just ranted on and continued arguing with my girlfriend about things, not understanding that, wait a minute, are we sure this is proportional to the conflict we have? Really? Getting this mad? And if you then have, as my first girlfriend was, a person that was quite emotional also, but in another way, this meant harsh clashes. Oh, we argued a lot. We could argue, I mean, like crazy. It wasn't a tolerable relationship. In no way were we suitable for each other. In no way. But it was the first relationship, and that's just, they are what they are, aren't they? They are meant to be a big learning period. Well, Americans, as you understand, I'm no fan of people marrying when they are young and sticking their entire lives being miserable. Sure, there are people out there who probably make it work, but I'm pretty sure most of the long relationships they're just a product more of people not realizing what happiness should include, and they just stick by. They are, in effect, actually quite similar to borderline people. They just hang tight to their partner, afraid of what else there are. And that is probably also one of the reasons I've lasted quite long in many of my relationships. I hold on a lot longer than I probably should. That's the objective truth. It is a fundament of borderline personality disorder, being afraid of being left behind, being abandoned. And we are rarely very good at breaking up relationships. It is our partner who usually breaks up with us. That is the most common thing, I think. If you did a scientific study of us, that is what's going to happen. So, are we, as borderline personality disorder people, are we suitable as partners? My answer is as suitable as anybody else. We just need the very, very right person for our relationship to work, as most other people also do. We might be statistically a little bit more difficult, and our choice of suitable partners in theory are probably fewer. But I would argue that we are, by golly, just as good as anybody else. But the important thing is that we are honest to our partner or our future partner in a dating scene about this and tell them, hey there, pretty, on the other side of the table, you should know one thing, and that is that this dude has some issues, some really bad issues. And yeah, I don't want you undersell me, but I sure hell don't want to oversell myself as otherwise as also, because yeah, with some people we are incredibly unsuitable. We are a recipe for disaster to hook up with. And I've learned to weed out people that I'm very incompatible with, but I'm pretty sure I will go out on the dating scene now and screw it up a lot before I find the right person. Because I've also noticed that as I become more picky about this, I become more picky in general. I will probably, for that reason, stay single a very long time this time, because I doubt very much that there's going to be an easy way to find a new partner for me. Because my confidence is, of course, somewhat lacking after all of this. Me and my ex's breakup has been a complicated breakup. It took effectively 1.5 years of going back and forth, and not really be sure, and we made up again, and everything. We call ourselves friends with benefits and everything. And I think we needed that process, and we are probably going to need processing everything we are for a very long time more, because we like each other in so many ways, but we are objectively not a good match in some important key areas. I know that. I mean, I was the one who tried to make the relationship last longer than it should. I'm the one who struggled with accepting this, but I always knew objectively that I was wrong, and I was dreaming to make this thing work. But yeah, relationships with borderline people, go for it. But prepare yourself for many issues that you might not be very suitable to deal with. Patience will be your best superpower. If you are a person with great patience, a loving, caring person with great patience, then a borderline person is easy, I tell you. Okay, folks, I think that was it. That was me defending the borderline people on the dating scene. And I wish you, everyone, a good time. Bye.